Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kelly. This is KBellaBeauty, and today I am going to be sharing with you makeup you shouldn't forget about. And this video was inspired by Paige. I will list her video in the description box down below because I actually saw her film this video and I thought, you know what? I bet that I have some old favorites, products that used to be raved about on YouTube, products that I have purchased and loved, but they've gotten pushed to the side. And so I looked through my collection, I picked out a few products that people on YouTube used to rave about that I went out and bought and were favorites for the time being, but they've kind of gotten pushed to the side because we have new makeup releases coming out literally all the time. So I don't have too many products here for you, but I do have some staples. If you're interested in hearing about some makeup products that I think you shouldn't forget about, go ahead and keep on watching. Before I get started, I do want to apologize for the lighting. If it's a little bit darker over here, so like the way my filming situation is set up, I have an umbrella light right here, and then I get natural light from this window next to me. And when I started filming, it was like sunny and bright. I filmed a tutorial on this look. I'm not sure if it'll be up before or after this video, but if it's up already, I will list it up here. But yeah, when I started filming, it was sunny, and now it's like very cloudy out. But I still wanted to film. I have my makeup all done. I wanted to get another video out there for you guys. So just ignore the lighting if it's not very good today. I apologize for that. The first makeup product that I think you shouldn't forget about, I actually don't have here with me, but it is one of my holy grail mascaras from the drugstore, and it is Maybelline the Rocket Mascara in the blue tube. I've probably gone through 6 or 7 of them, maybe even 10. I've gone through so many of these. I love drugstore mascaras, especially Maybelline mascaras. Those are like some of my absolute favorites. And the way that the Rocket just gives me volume and length at the same time is like amazing. Every single time I wear the Rocket mascara, I get so many compliments on it. And the only reason why I don't have it right now is because the last time I was wearing it, I ended up with an eye infection. It was not from the mascara. I think I got an exfoliator in my eye, a piece of like a little exfoliating bead, and it irritated my eye and caused an infection. So I had to throw that mascara out, and I had some others that I wanted to use up first, but Maybelline the Rocket is bomb, and it's one of those that I will continue to repurchase time and time again, and it's going to be a mascara that I always go back to. Another makeup product from the drugstore that people used to talk about a lot are the Wet n Wild single eyeshadows. I feel like a couple years ago, I don't remember who it was that started talking about them, but somebody was talking about these single eyeshadows that you can get at any drugstore. I had 2. This is in the shade Nutty right here, and then I had one in Creme Brulee, which was just like almost like a bone shade, but my Creme Brulee I took traveling with me and it shattered. But Nutty is one of those shades that people were using for the one shadow eye looks. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I feel like a couple years ago, a lot of YouTubers were filming like one eyeshadow makeup looks where it could be your lid shade and your crease shade. And a lot of people talked about Nutty as being one of those where you can apply it on your lid and your crease and boom, you're out the door. And they're really cheap and affordable. So those are the only 2 shades that I used, but I really, really love them and I still recommend them. Another product that you don't hear talked about anymore are the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils. Who remembers people talking about the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils, specifically in the shade Milk? People were talking about these all the time. They would use Milk as a primer. They would use Milk to cut the crease. The thing about these 2 jumbo eye pencils that I have the shade Black Bean and then I have Milk, is that these are really good bases to make your colors pop. And so if you want to know what a shadow is going to look like with these underneath, you can just draw on your hand and then swipe the shadow on and you can see the difference that it makes. But I never really used these as primers. People were using Milk as like just an all-over primer, and I never did that, but I really liked these to either create a smoky eye or to just make my lid shade pop even more, like when I was doing a cut crease or something. So these are still really good products in my opinion, but I feel like I don't hear anybody talking about them anymore. And I feel like one thing that people don't realize either is that you can sharpen these with a pencil sharpener. So that's why if you look, my Milk is a little bit smaller than Black Bean because I've sharpened it. I saw people doing videos and like once the product got down like to not a point anymore to like a flat part, people were throwing it away. And I was like, no, like you can sharpen it. I thought I was gonna break it the first time I tried it in a sharpener, but I was watching someone's video and they had like a little nub. So I was like, obviously you can sharpen these things with a pencil, but I feel like people don't know that. So you can go to Ulta or Target has NYX now. You can pick these up. They're really affordable and they're great bases for under your lid shade. These next 4 products are all in my 2018 project pan that I'm doing, and I will link that right here if you're interested in checking it out. The first is a highlighter, and it is by Laura Geller in Gilded Honey. A couple years ago, everyone talked about this highlighter. Like, it was probably one of the most talked about highlighters on YouTube, along with Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop, and Laura Geller came out with several different shades. I think there's like a pink shade and a peach shade, but Gilded Honey was the one that I heard the most about, and I'm actually wearing it on my cheeks today, and it's a beautiful shade. It's a beautiful champagne color. You can put it on with a light hand and get a little bit of a sheen, or if you spray it with Fix Plus, you get more of like a wham bam in your face highlight, so it's really versatile. I feel like the packaging is kind of cheap, but it's never broken on me or anything, so it's obviously pretty durable, but I really don't hear too many people talking about her highlighters anymore, and I still think that they're really bomb and worth the money. I really like Benefit's boxed products, but the Rocketeur blush is my favorite. The Dallas blush is probably a really close second, but Rocketeur is just a beautiful blush shade. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It has a nice sheen to it. It's just like this mauvey pink shade with a subtle sheen. There's no chunks of glitter, but it really makes my skin look like healthy and flushed and vibrant. It used to say Rocketeur on here, but I've used it so much, I even used the brush that it came with, that it has since rubbed off. But everyone and their mother was buying this blush and using it several years ago when it first came out. But it's not a blush that I hear people using anymore, and I don't really see it in tutorials, but I don't really understand why. It's such a pretty shade. So I definitely would still recommend this blush. Ever since liquid lipsticks became a thing, I feel like regular lipsticks have kind of taken a back burner. I feel like they're making a comeback though. I'm seeing a lot of brands coming out with like regular lipstick formulas, so I feel like they're making a comeback. But do you guys remember when MAC lipsticks were like everybody's dream? Like everybody wanted MAC lipsticks. YouTubers were filming MAC lipstick collections and they just had all of these lipsticks. And if you had a MAC lipstick, you were like an it girl. Like I remember that. I remember getting my first MAC lipstick. I believe it was in the shade Hue. It was a very, very light pink shade. And I just remember thinking that I was like in the makeup game now because I had a MAC lipstick. But now I feel like I don't hear anybody talking about them. I feel like so many brands have come out with really, really good lipsticks that nobody really thinks about MAC anymore. But MAC still makes really good lipsticks, and I think they're like $15 or $17. So they're still affordable compared to some other brands who have lipsticks in the $20 and $30 range, or even Tom Ford, $50. So I don't think you guys should forget about MAC lipsticks. There's definitely a shade for you because they have a huge shade range, and I really like them. Not to mention, when you use it up, save your containers and you can back to MAC, and when you bring 5 empty containers, is it 5 or 6? 5 or 6 empty containers, you get a free lipstick. The last product that I'm going to share with you is actually 2 products. They are sister palettes, and it is the Lorac Pro eyeshadow palettes. These were some of my first high-end eyeshadow palettes. Actually, the Lorac Pro, I think, was my second high-end eyeshadow palette. This original, I think I got this one right after my Naked palette. And I really love these palettes. I think they're really, really good for beginners or people who don't have a large collection. So many companies and so many brands are coming out with like new eyeshadow palettes all the time, and so there's so many great eyeshadow palettes now. But if you're a beginner, or if you don't know too much about makeup, or you don't know what palette you want to get, I feel like the Lorac Pro palettes are the way to go because they have 16 shades. They come with 8 mattes and 8 shimmers. So I feel like you can't go wrong there. Both of them have like brow bone shades, they have matte shades, they have brow bone shimmer shades, they have highlight shades, they both have blacks, they come with beautiful lid shades, and so these really are very versatile. They have a really good selection, and they're really great for beginners, or like I said, people who don't have a large collection, or if you're looking for that palette that you can take with you when you're traveling and you'll have everything that you need, these are it. I don't give them as much love as I should. I don't give them as much love as I used to because I have so many palettes now. That is why I decided to take the Lorac Pro 2 and put it in my Project Pan video, because this was like really one of my favorite palettes and I loved it for a really long time, and then it just kind of sat in a drawer. So I'm definitely happy that I put it in my Project Pan and that I get to use it some more this year. And that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Those are some of the makeup items that I feel like you should not forget about. They're old favorites, they're not new, they're products that were talked about like years ago, but I feel like they're still really good, and a lot of these are still favorites and still products that I reach for all the time. So I would totally be interested in hearing if any of these are products that you still use. Like, what products are you using regularly that you feel like people shouldn't forget about? I would also love to see more YouTubers doing this video, because I feel like it's gonna make us think about some makeup that we kind of forgot about or like shoved in our drawer that's still really good and that we still want to use. So if you did enjoy this video, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload twice a week for sure, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. and Saturdays at 11 a.m. CST, but I'm really gonna try this year to get 3 videos up a week. If I can't do it every week, I wanna try every now and then to get a 3rd video up and to have more content for you guys. So I'm always interested in hearing like video suggestions, what you guys want to see. I really want to try to do more reviews this year. I want to have a Test It Out Tuesday series. So if there's stuff that you want me to review, let me know down below. Otherwise, that's all that I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.